Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Jingle All the Way. And this movie came out in 1996, and it's a film that I've always heard about, and this is my first viewing, believe it or not. I'm pretty sure most people have seen it, and after watching it, it was very entertaining. Would I call it good? Nope. It's not a good movie, but I will say it was never boring, and it always had me as far as entertainment value goes. Nothing in this movie makes any sense, but that's kind of why I love it. It just knows exactly what it wants to achieve and just goes with it. And the opening scene of this movie, it's just a commercial basically, but it's still very funny, and I loved what it was going for tone-wise and everything that it was doing. It was just so stupid and ridiculous. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. It was so good. And what really keeps me going throughout this movie is just the goofy tone. And when I heard the description of this movie, it was two dads and they're fighting over this Turbo Man toy because of things that our main character was forgetful about, and he has to get this toy that's basically impossible to find, and that's the plot of the movie, trying to find a toy. The structure of this movie is insane. There's like a montage in the first act. I'm not even kidding. Normally that happens in the second act, but this movie, nope, we're going to have one in the first act, and it's our main character trying to find a toy, and since it's like out of print and in demand so much, everyone's just laughing at the idea that there's one even in the back, and yeah, that was pretty funny to me. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's hilarious in this movie, and there's plenty of moments that I was thoroughly entertained by just from his performance, and a lot of the acting in this movie is not great. I never once see characters, I just see actors all over the screen, and the neighbor character was very creepy, very annoying. Really would love for him to just leave the scene, and if he was cut out of the movie entirely, the movie would be no different in my mind. But we did get some pretty entertaining scenes, and the iconic line of this movie, "Put that cookie down." I loved when that happened, and there's basically no plot really after a certain point. It's just a bunch of nonsense for 90 minutes. If even, it's not even 90 minutes. It's slightly less than that. But it never wastes any time. It always feels like you're on a roller coaster. You feel as though you're with these characters. You're with this journey. And when it's just our main character versus this mailman, those are some of the best parts of the movie for me. And there's plenty of aspects to this movie that just made it a time capsule movie. And I was watching it with my mom, and she was just pointing out certain things, like lining up to get this one thing that you wanted, and to just rushing into a store. Like she was talking about, yeah, I was a part of that and lived through that. And I was just like, oh my God, I could only imagine how chaotic it would be today. Now we have the internet and people can just order stuff online, but just the disaster of living in that time period, it was like, oh my God, what has the world come to? And I forget the name of the villain that is shown for the Turbo Man character that takes place in this universe, but there was one shot where he kind of reminded me of Doctor Doom. I was just thinking of Doctor Doom when looking at him from a specific shot. And the pacing in this movie was very fast. That's one thing that I really like about it, is that it knows how to respect your time. It knows why you're there and just gives you what you want. The action scenes in this movie were also pretty goofy, and also the visual effects not very convincing either. And it definitely felt like a 90s movie at many points in the film, especially towards the end. And would I recommend this movie by the end of the day? If you're up for a highly entertaining movie, then yes. When it comes to my own personal enjoyment, I kind of love it in very similar ways that I kind of love Madam Web, just laughing at it. And that's a lot of my enjoyment. And nothing really unironically is enjoyed about the movie. And there's not really much about it that I enjoy unironically, but it is a film that I can see why it was successful and why it worked for a lot of people. And it just makes sense to me as to why it was something that people would have liked. And when I say successful, I don't necessarily mean box office wise, because it didn't really make money. It wasn't received well by critics, and it was kind of a movie that just didn't perform all too well. It had a 60 million budget and grossed over 120 million, which is not really what they're looking for, because from my understanding, and I could be wrong about this, but as far as considering, depending on how much money you spend on a movie, considering the budget and marketing and a bunch of different factors, a movie has to make 2.5 times the budget that it had, depending on the movie. This movie needed to gross at least 150 million, roughly. But it's gained a following over time, and people just seem to really enjoy it. So I'm glad that they enjoyed it, and I did too. Just not unironically, is the thing, though. I'm mostly just laughing at it and enjoying the goofiness of it. So if you want to watch it, then watch it. I watched it on Amazon Prime, so you're going to have to rent it, though. It's not free to watch with ads, so there's still other ways to watch it, but that's just how I saw it. But anyways, getting a little off topic, check this movie out if you want entertainment. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Jingle All the Way a 3 out of 10. It's not a movie I hate, or is it a movie that I dislike. It's me being objective about it, but what bumps it up is entertainment value and some aspects of it that are kind of fun for me to watch, and I was entertained. It was more entertaining than a bunch of movies that I've seen recently. I can say that much about it. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Jingle All the Way, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Return to Oz. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.